show. You are still watching our signature segment, Cetus Stories, and today we have a very special guest. We have two guests, as a matter of fact, because they are part of a family who recently went viral on TikTok and Instagram. So I can't wait to see what they have to say about what it is like to be a family and perhaps how to raise your children and other interesting topics as well. They are none other than the Lee family. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Hi,
Hi.
doing good.
I'm glad to hear it. Thank you so much for joining our interview. Obviously we're here because your parenting videos obviously went viral on the internet, particularly on Instagram. But first of all, maybe can we get an insight from you? How do you think, or why do you think people like your content?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for the opportunity to come on the show. We were really surprised also when like everything went viral and on TikTok and Instagram. I'm guessing that the video has a lot of views because and shares because a lot of people like the content itself. It's a good mix of life lessons and humor. Yeah, and we also receive a lot of private messages from parents. They share the video with their children because of the life lessons inside, and they are hoping that we can make more videos for their children.
Okay, I'm glad that, first of all, I'm glad to hear that you guys are happy that, it's gone viral. Now, let's talk a little bit more about your family, if that's okay. So, as we know, effective communication and building strong connections, I should say, are vital in any family. So, how does the Lee family prioritize open dialogue and perhaps foster a sense of closeness among family members? Are there any specific strategies or perhaps any rituals that you practice to maintain a healthy relationship between everybody?
Every evening we sit down and have dinner together as a family, and then we get the kids to talk about their day. We talk about any difficulties they face in school, any happy moments, and then during the weekends we normally, as a family, we take long walks together, either in the park or in the shopping malls. Yeah, and one thing I learned about fostering healthy relationship with the kids is even if the parents are in the wrong, we should say sorry to them. Yeah, because we are humans too, and we make mistakes.
Is that true, Dakin? Does your mom and dad say sorry when they're wrong? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's great. I'm really glad to hear that. Maybe one aspect of is obviously, being able to own up to our mistakes. But perhaps another aspect of parenting is, discipline, because it's perhaps difficult to find. I can imagine it must be difficult to find a balance between, providing your children with the freedom to explore themselves and grow. How do you find the balance between those two things?
Well, setting boundaries for children is very important. So in our family, we have certain rules, like they have to finish their dinner and their homework before they can watch the TV at night. And then after playing with their toys, they should always keep it back into the toy box itself. If not, I would throw the toys away. And then be bed by 9 p.m. every day. As long as they are done with their basic tasks, they have the freedom to do whatever they want. Watch YouTube, maybe play with their Switch. Yeah.
What about parenting style? How would you describe your parenting style with? What about parenting style? How would you describe your parenting style with your partner, for example?
We don't really have a particular parenting style, but as Asian parents, we are still strict where we have to be strict. And then we are not exactly friends with our kids, but we also don't want to be so strict that they fear us and they don't want to talk to us. They keep to themselves. It's a big problem nowadays with kids. With so much pressure. But as parents, we are also learning every day too, because it's my first time as a parent as well. And at different age, kids behave differently. Like this year, he's turning 10 years old already, and he's entering a rebellious stage. Yeah, and I'm adapting to it as well.
But I can imagine it's almost very much like a new challenge
for you guys, and obviously
a learning process for everyone, isn't it?
Yep.
For sure. And speaking of learning processes, education plays a significant role in a child's development.
So how does the Lee family approach education, and what steps do you take to ensure that your children receive, a well-rounded learning experience? Do you have a unique method to education, or perhaps any activities they incorporate into their educational journey? What's that like?
When it comes to education, I generally don't pressure them too much. So what I ask of them is to at least listen in class, do your homework. And if they need help in any subject, they can come back and ask me, ask the mother, or we can sign up for more classes. Yeah, but also I try and think of innovative ways like our videos, to try and explain in something that's outside of the book so that they can understand.
May I ask what kind of school your Dakin goes to, and what the curriculum is over there?
He's in a primary school now, so it's primary 4. Yeah, this year is 10 years old. So in Singapore we do the Cambridge kind of education. So in primary 6, 2 more years, he will do the PSLE, where we get streaming to different secondary school, and then they'll do the O-levels and so on.
It's very interesting. Thank you for that. Let's move on to perhaps talking about basic manners. As some parents have a kind of laissez-faire, freestyle approach to their children, and perhaps I think for my own example, for example, there are people in here who allow their children to scream in public until they get tired, for example, but others, discipline them as well. So as a parent, how important do you think it is to teach basic manners to your children since little, and how have you been able to do that?
From a young age, we have been always teaching them to have certain basic manners like greeting people, saying please, thank you, sorry, and holding the door for people when they're entering as well. Yeah, but we're very lucky that both him and the younger brother, right, they don't really scream in public. So yeah, on the rare occasions that they do, normally we'll move them, out of the situation. Like probably if it's in a restaurant, we will bring it out of the restaurant. We talk to them, or sometimes if we are on a train, we will alight, in a station. We try and calm them down before we get on the next train. Yeah. But
a part of that is also allowing them to express their feelings as well, obviously, right? And because that's a part of expressing their individuality as well. Is that correct? And obviously that and fostering their independence is crucial, I should say. So how does the Lee family encourage your children to pursue their passions and develop their own identities within the family? And perhaps are there any instances where you face challenges in this aspect, and how did you overcome them?
Like when we are doing the content, we're doing the video, sometimes I will get his opinion. He will tell me a certain line sounds offensive, I should change it up. Yeah, or like at a certain part of the video, we should add some effects, funny effects. I mean, he do share this kind of views with me, and of course to develop his other interests. When he express things he wants to learn, like a certain hobby, we sign up for classes to develop it, like skateboarding, taekwondo, or like guitar classes.
So really, the content creation that you guys do is also part of his hobbies as well, because it kind of allows him to express himself as well, doesn't it?
Yep, because like all kids now, everybody wants to be a YouTuber and TikToker. Yeah, and that's how we try and spend family time together, try and develop it, see whether he really wants to do it.
Yeah. Dakin, how has your experience been so far in becoming viral as a content creator, and how has your experience been on Instagram, really?
Nice.
That's a very direct answer, Dakin. Thank you. And obviously, you guys, you have lots of funny content. I've been browsing all the videos that you have on Instagram. You've only started very recently, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, we started uploading last year, as a test for me to get familiarized with the app, the editing and stuff. Yeah, but we only seriously, creating videos last few months ago.
Your content seems to have had lots of positive responses from, your followers. but which of them is your favorite? And which of them, for both of you, by the way, which of them is your favorite? And which of them do you wish people would watch the most? And perhaps a follow-up question to that as well is, what other content do you have lined up for the future?
Can you say which one's your favorite?
My favorite, I think is the one that performed the best is when my father was teaching me about rice and water. And then after you fill a container with rice, water can still be added to the container because there are gaps between rice. Then there's a scene where we are eating meat and less water because the buffet.
Yeah, so I mean, the scene cuts to me talking about eating meat and seafood at a buffet instead of drinking water. Yep. I mean, that's our very first viral video, and then we started to get more serious into it, Yeah, so that will be our favorite one.
Okay, I remember the last one that you posted, if I'm not mistaken, was it a car and a Lego human, right?
I thought that was really funny as well, and I love that you used
the rock and the egg, right?
A piece of, yeah, that's right. Yeah, use the egg, and I think, that's a really effective way of communicating to your children why some things are dangerous and why other things, are okay. What kind of content do you hope to create in the future? Do you have any plans moving forward?
I think our followers, they really like the educational ones, and I can see that, like the videos are helping parents like myself, communicate with their children. Sometimes, maybe they don't know how to express it properly. Maybe this is something that we can help them with, and they can show the videos to their children. So I feel happy with that. Yeah, so that's maybe the direction we can go towards too. But we would like to do more like funny skits as well. Yeah.
Right. Guys, so on our signature segment of Cedar Stories, we always play a game with our guests. Now let's play a game of language. Now you have to say the following words in as many languages as you know. So, are you ready? Let's start. The first one is, how many languages can you say hello in?
Hello, konnichiwa,
Okay.
안녕하세요, 你好.
Wow. That's a lot of languages. How many languages do you know?
He only knows these basic words.
Oh, I see.
Okay. That's 4 for you, isn't it? I have hello, hola, I think that's it. Oh no! Okay, that's 1 point for you guys, 1 point for Dakin. Alrighty, 1 point for Dakin and Alex. And the next one is, how many languages can you say thank you in?
Who should go for it? You wanna go for it?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, 谢谢, gracias, arigato. That's all.
Nice! 4 again. All right. And I know thank you, terima kasih, and gracias. You guys are winning really good at this. Alrighty. One more. And how many languages do you know how to say goodbye in?
Will you try?
You try? Okay. Goodbye. 再见. Sayonara. 1, 2, 3. Adios.
I was just about to say that one as well. All right, 4. And for me, I think I only know goodbye, sampai jumpa, adios. And I think I can't think of any more. Oh well, you guys have won again. Alrighty, well, thank you so much again for your time, Alex and Dakin, and for the interview and the games as well. We really enjoy having you guys on the show. And best of luck and success with your career, with your lives, and with your family and everything in between.
And I hope you continue to inspire people and spread happiness wherever you are.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.